Good day, folks. This is Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today, I want to talk a little bit about our one-wire sheep training and how we did it. We've always had our sheep behind a minimum of 3 to 4 wires, and we started out with 16 permanent paddocks of high tensile wire, and we had 4 high tensile wires on all 4 sides. We did that for a lot of years, and now that I'm looking back, this is what we progressed to. I want to save people the expense and the time and all the labor of building all this fence when you can do this. Now, the way you want to get your sheep trained, we're talking about hot wire. I said one wire. Should be one. I'll put down one very hot wire sheep training, okay? So first of all, you've got to have a good charger. And I like to keep a minimum of 8,000 volts. Okay, that's a minimum. It's better to have 8 to 10,000 in that range. If it drops below 8,000 volts, especially when you're training them, you're teaching them to respect one wire. You want that fence so hot, they reach their nose out there to attempt to go through it, they're going to get zapped. So what we did is we started with 3 wires. And when I say wires, I'm talking 3 polybraid. Okay, 3 polybraid wires, just like this. So this is polybraid. This is not poly wire. Polybraid is a lot heavier. It's more visual. Poly wire is about half that diameter. This has got 9 steel filaments in it. Folks, this is going to knock you into next week when you touch that. And it's very durable. That stuff will last 15 years. And that's reeling it through brambles, any kind of things with thorns on it. You're just not going to have to worry about it, okay? Deer can run through it. They're not going to break it. They may knock it off the post, but they're not going to break it. So I started out with 3 polybraid wires. And after that, we started with 3, and the distance on those was 6 inches, 12 inches, and 18 inches. So the bottom wire, first one off the ground, 6, 12, and 18. And we used that system for about 3 months. And so the sheep that wouldn't stay in behind the 6, 12, and 18, or as they wouldn't respect it, we just got rid of those. And some of them we actually ate. We went out and just said, you know what, you don't want to be on our farm. You're nice and fat. You won't stay in. We're just going to eat you. So we ate those sheep, and the others we sold. So we did that for a couple months, and now we've got them staying in behind that. And this is with guard dogs too. I will say this. It really helps to have guard dogs that think they're a sheep. And that's a Marama, the Marama cross. We use a half Marama, a quarter Anatolian Shepherd, and a quarter Pyrenees. The Marama guard within the flock. They're always in the middle of the sheep. You never go to our sheep, you won't see the dogs. They're in the middle of the sheep. I'm sorry, Mr. Coyote, but if you come up there, you're going to have a surprise. You're going to find a sheep in there with fangs. Okay? So now we got 6, 12, and 18 inches. We run that for 3 months. Okay? Now, we've got them staying in behind that. Now, here's the big one, the post spacing. When you're starting out with this, the post spacing on cattle is around 45 feet with 1 wire placed right here. With sheep, when you start out, you're first training them, I would recommend to keep these posts about 12 feet apart. Okay? On flat ground, about 12, maybe you might push 15, but I wouldn't go any more than 15. The more of these you use starting out, those sheep see these posts, and they're like, I'm not going through that. And another thing I think that's extremely important, you've got to keep the wire tight. You can't have a saggy wire like that. The sheep are not going to stay in. It's got to be a tight wire. So now we've got them broke to that, 6, 12, and 18. And that's been about 3 months. So now we're ready to drop down. We're going to get rid of one of these wires. Okay? But we're not going to keep that distance. So now we're going to go 8 inches and 14 inches. Okay? We're going to do that for about probably 2 months. Okay, in 2 months, you're going to have those sheep staying behind that, and the ones that don't, get rid of them. Get rid of them. They're just telling you that they don't want to stay on the farm. Well, you need to get rid of those sheep. There's going to be a few that won't respect that. Now you've got your dogs and you've got your sheep standing in behind that, 8 and 14 inches. You're still keeping your post spacing tight, tighter together, not 45 feet, about 12 to 15 feet. And now we're ready to go down to the one. One wire. And that one wire is going to fluctuate between 10 inches to 12 inches. Okay? And people say, but Greg, them sheep can jump over that single wire. Or, but Greg, the dogs can go under that wire. They could, but they don't. And the ones that do, you get rid of them. See, the sheep have got to manage to your system. You don't go out there and say, well, please, sheep, stay in. No, no, no. The sheep that don't stay in, you get rid of them. Okay? Period. Just like that. And that problem is taken care of. So now you've got to go around your farm with one wire. Folks, the importance in the, I guess you might say, what this does to your farm. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. What I mean by that is, you've got places on your farm now you can bring sheep. You don't need any fence. They're going to stay in with one wire. You can go out there in some brambles. You've got a bunch of sprouts growing up. You've got Sericea lespedeza. You've got multiple rose bushes. Bring your sheep into those areas. Put a wire in there, one single wire. Put the sheep in there fairly tight. Give them a water source and let them go to work. So the sheep, see what the sheep do with your cattle pasture is they actually make your cattle pasture better. Because they're taking out all the brambles. So every year they're out there working for you, they're giving you a baby lamb, growing you a lamb on weeds and brush, stuff that the cows won't touch. And so the cows are ingesting the sheep parasite, the sheep are ingesting the cow parasite. It's a dead-end host for both animals. You just can't get any better than that. So one wire sheep, we're doing a lot of silvo pasture now. We're going in and clearing out the trees and all this brush is coming up. Because when you open up tree canopy, you get sunlight down in there, you get an explosion of trees. How are you going to control them? Sheep. The sheep will absolutely strip them. They'll take every leaf off them. You don't need to get a brush hog down in there. You don't need to go to the weed eater and weed eat it. Bring the sheep in. So I'm so excited about one wire sheep. What it's going to do to Judy Farms, Green Pastures Farm. We're going to be able to run more sheep, folks. And it's going to make more cattle pasture. Folks, this is Greg Judy signing off. Everyone, this is how we did our sheep trading. And good luck to all of y'all.